Well, hey, thanks for talking with us today. Give us your name, the name of your company, and your role in the company.
Sounds great. My name is Josh Farkas, and I'm the CEO of Cubicle Ninjas. This is our app that we call SalesFu, and it's for salespeople. It helps marketing push content to large sales teams.
So what was the company again? Sorry.
It's Cubicle Ninjas.
Okay, and what does Cubicle Ninjas do?
We're a design agency outside of Chicago. So we do design collateral, creative, and web application work.
So are you a service company?
Yes, we are.
And so is this your first app that you're releasing yourself?
Yes, it's our first one that we're publicly talking about. In the past, we've been doing things for clients under their name, so we're excited to push something on our own with our label. So.
Every agency I know, and we're actually one too, everybody wants to do exactly that.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to balance that client work with the product side?
It was much tougher than I expected.
Really?
Yeah, it was finding the time to be able to do that on our own was a super effort. I mean, it took us months to figure out how to do it. And what we learned was we just had to kind of segment that team, put them on their own, and say you can't work on client stuff because it's always going to win over our own stuff. So I'm super excited now that we figured that out, because now we can kind of continue to grow and expand this sort of thing going forward.
So do you envision that this will not be the last product you do?
I would love that. That would be an honor. I feel like products are in our blood. Apps are what we love to do, really just because it's that merger of we can make it look beautiful and effective, but we can also kind of make sure that it goes to market in a wonderful way. When we work with other clients, it's great, but sometimes we see them doing things that we wouldn't recommend. So it's nice to be able to control the whole thing.
Sort of client-requested art projects, maybe?
Exactly. Like, totally.
Well, maybe give us a quick demo on this?
I'd love to. So this is SalesFu. It allows marketing teams to push content to large field sales organizations. So it's fully brandable, and I can pull up any material by just tapping any one of the items across the top. And let's say I wanted to kind of showcase, some material. Let's say I want to showcase our web portfolio. Well, I just tap on it and I can hop on in. What's really cool is this is all updatable by our marketing team online. So if they make a change to an asset or an item, it all happens instantly within here. And let's say also I want to share some material. Let's say I show something to a client and they're like, I love it so much, I want to share it with my team or my boss. I can send them multiple pieces of material very easily by just tapping that plus button, review it, and then send that directly to them. So what's nice is that they get a fully branded email out of this whole experience, and we can track those downloads to see whether or not the client downloaded it, and if so, did they share it with their boss? So things like that. The best part is it all integrates directly with Salesforce.com, and the neat thing is we also have something called Teams. So let's say I'm going to a really cool show called Launch. I can have a specific team for launch, hop over to that, and have specific launch branding as well as launch materials for that event. So instead of having to deal with a black hole of an intranet, you can kind of put it all in your tablet and pocket.
And is it iOS and Android?
It's a cloud-based app, so it works across Android, Windows, mobile.
So it's a browser-based?
It is browser-based, and then it kind of comes off as a bookmarklet off of that. The one thing is we do have a native iOS version, and it's releasing in the next month and a half, and that syncs all that data to your local devices as well for iOS first, and then in fall for Android.
So if people don't have SalesFu, how do they solve this problem today?
Awesome question. Well, a lot of them are relying on they're relying on kind of these CRMs to kind of create their own apps. The only problem with that, or I'm sorry, the CMSs to create their own apps.
Yeah.
So something like Jive Mobile or something along those lines for these marketing teams. The problem with that is they're not branded and they're not able to be customized and expanded, and they don't integrate very nicely with these other tool sets. So they have these solutions, but they're big, cumbersome, they're ugly, and they don't really feel accustomed to that brand.
What's been the response to the product so far?
We just launched on here a few days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. But I think what's amazing is when you're working so long on something on your own, like it's amazing to see other people have that same pain and can go, oh, I need this. So we've been amazed by the response we've seen. People, we have so many people lining up at the door that we're kind of shocked. So
that's a great problem to have.
It is a good problem right now.
What's your tech stack on the back end?
Awesome question. We're on LAMP. So yeah, that's our.
A lot of front end work, I assume.
Absolutely, tons of front end. So there's custom mobile depending on the device, and it's all responsive. And
do you have an example of what the back end looks like?
Absolutely.
Let's kind of fade to this. Whenever you're ready. Ready, Jen? Let him get ready. Are you ready? All right, go ahead.
So here's the back end of SalesFu. So inside you can take a look at your salespeople activity, and you can actually kind of reorder this stuff around. You can also see your latest prospects. So you can kind of hop in and take a look at what they were interested on their own. So if I'm a sales or marketing leader, I can actually get a good overview of kind of what the heartbeat of what's happening out in the field is right now. I can also go take a look at users or add new users, so I can make any changes to existing people. I can add them to different teams dynamically, or even change their user access level. Another thing that I can do is build new teams, and I can also brand those very easily. So if I need to kind of upload a new brand, I can do that on your own, or you can even add new categories. We can also see what users are associated with the team. And then here are documents. We handle documents in a really cool way. So there's a governance process that's built right in. So because we're the highest level user, we have the ability to kind of approve documents in the system. Mid-level users will be able to submit them, and then they'll get notified on whether their document was approved or rejected. And then once we're in the system, we have the ability to get statistics about what that document is doing, why, and make any changes to where it lives. And then the final one is menus, or actually what we call categories right now. And you have the ability to kind of go in and see what documents are associated with that category. So it's really simple, it's very streamlined, and at any moment, I can hop back to the front end just to make sure all those documents are exactly where I put them.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
How did you guys get the idea for this?
We had a few clients come our way and basically say, hey, we have a problem. And after the third or fourth time saying no, we realized we should probably give it a try. And once we did, we realized this is what we love to do. And this was our opportunity to build a real product.
How large is Cubicle Ninjas in terms of people?
Great question. We're about 17 strong right now, but we're going to be adding 3 or 4 more people in the next week. So
Great.
Exciting.
Last question. If SalesFu was a superhero, what would its superpower be?
Super. Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, that's a great question. So we have a Cubicle Ninjas tagline. We save time, exceed expectations, and make everybody's day. I think.
So Superman, I guess.
That sounds pretty super.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Didn't mean to stump you there.
Yeah, you got me. You got me.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.